Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're going to be doing something a little bit different, as you can probably tell by this lo-fi webcam video and the presence of the Discord up in the corner of the screen. So basically on this channel we've always made a very big point of trying to cover all different types of bands, even the small ones. However, with all of the changes happening to the channel over the last couple of years, having to restart, me having to relocate, us having to do videos in internet cafes like this, really we haven't been able to cover as much as we wanted to, and a lot of things have fallen through the cracks, especially on our review suggestion threads, which have been filled with probably hundreds of videos that you guys have recommended that I've never got round to. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go through as many of these as I can. I'm probably going to do several videos like this, and I'm going to give my thoughts about various things that you guys have recommended to me in the past, but I never got round to reviewing. So if you like any of these reviews, feel free to tell me if you want me to do a more in-depth standalone video for any of these, but otherwise, let's get on with seeing the songs you guys have recommended that I haven't got round to, and me giving you some quick thoughts on all of them. Okay, so this one was recommended by Spin Doctor, and this is labelled as the Amoeba Album Digest. Does that mean it's just clips from the album? We're starting with something that isn't even a song by the look of it. So this is the second full album, apparently by Amoeba. So let's see, maybe it's clips from various songs, see what we think. Alright, so as expected, this was a album digest, basically meaning it's a video with short little clips from various songs from their, at the time I'm assuming, upcoming second album. I don't know if it's out yet. I would say this one, I enjoyed it. I thought it was very relaxed and chilled. I noticed that almost all of his songs had the same sort of tempo and mood. It was all that kind of chill out kind of music that unfortunately I do feel sometimes is a bit of a background thing. It doesn't really jump out, and none of the songs really jumped out and grabbed me. However, I did notice that there was a nice tone throughout. There was some nice melodic variation seemingly between the songs. Also, I like the fact there was one song, I think it was Mother, that lent more towards piano, and then there was another song which had some more synthesizers in there, so it wasn't like there wasn't a lack of sounds being played within this. Basically enjoyable. I would probably be interested to listen to more, but at the same time I get the feeling that I kind of already know what it would be. That can be a good or a bad thing. And I think if I wanted chilled out music that I wasn't really paying too much attention to, I just wanted it to set a mood, this would probably be a album that I would be looking into giving a full listen to as something to really grab my attention. It felt pretty middle of the road, pretty easy going, but nicely made. So I like that. I also did like the idea of having the album digest video done as basically her sitting on the back of a motorcycle, singing along to the various clips in one pretty much uncut video. However, I couldn't help but just always be drawn to the fact that it looks like they're just driving around the same block. Didn't look so much like a road trip as a let's go round the block a couple of times. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, from what I can tell, this is a song called EO by Gestalt Girl, again suggested by Spin Doctor. There is no video for this one, so I'm going to check out the audio, see what I think. So EO, I believe a song by Gestalt Girl, is a song that was suggested by Spin Doctor, and again, so this is a similar feel to Amoeba that we just listened to. It's that kind of chilled out thing. This I quite liked. I did have a little bit of a problem with the chorus, although the whole feeling of it was nice. I liked a lot of the musicianship. It had some intricacy as well as being chilled out, and it did have a very sort of cool feel to it. I struggled a little bit with the singer's voice. Now, I liked the melody in the chorus. However, whenever she pushed for the high notes, it really felt like she was singing from the lungs rather than from the diaphragm, and as a result, all the high notes felt a little bit scratchy and weak, and like they didn't feel very confident, they didn't feel very well hit. So the high notes, every time they came round in the chorus, although I was liking the melody, I wasn't liking the delivery so much. So yeah, I basically like this song. I think that the vocal style would put me off of listening to it again. However, yeah, good overall execution of musicianship, nice melody, good sound to it, just didn't quite land with me, the vocal style. Still, not bad. Alright, next up we got another Spin Doctor suggestion, and this is Airi Suzuki with a song called Rescue. Apparently she is a friend of Scandal and Akai Cohen, for what that's worth. I already like the look of the thumbnail on this one, it just kind of looks fun, so let's check this out. Okay, so this song and this video were incredibly charming. Now, what I kind of liked about it is obviously they're not really going for anything new here. We've heard this kind of sort of funky pop, almost has a little bit of a Motown feel perhaps. We've heard this all before, but they kind of cheesily play towards that a little bit with a video that's clearly, I mean, you can see 4:3 aspect ratio, very bright. It's got some old school 70s feel to it, as the song does as well. I just kind of found it very charming. I also liked her on-screen persona, even the bits where she's trying to come across as very sort of expressionless. You can see a little bit of a smile creeping through. Now, as for the song itself, as I say, you're not going to hear anything that you haven't heard before here. It's relatively been there, done that, sort of old school funky pop. However, I felt that it delivered a very catchy chorus. I feel it also had enough of a bounce to it that you could really move along with it. There was enough going instrumentally that it has replay value. I certainly would listen to this again. It's not one of those ones that's going to grab you as a timeless wow classic, but it's one that certainly every time it's going to come on, you're going to be happy to hear it. I'm pretty sure of that. And it's got me interested to listen to more of Airi Suzuki. I've heard her before, but never really paid a huge amount of attention directly. I think I probably will now. Great song, I really enjoyed that, and the video was really, really fun as well, and also proof of how much of a cool video you can do with really nothing. I mean, there wasn't really much going on there, but it was so nicely set up. Loved it. The next suggestion was actually Lemonade by Chili Beans. Now, this is a song that a few people have recommended to me, and I should point out I have heard. It's been going around a fair bit. It's not a song that slipped past me, I must say. It's an interesting one though, because I've had a lot of love for a lot of these sort of fun, upbeat girls pop rock bands of the sort of Silent Siren ilk for a while. I kind of like it when you can do something that has rock musicianship value, but also add an accessibility to it. And I must say, this song is a really good prime example of how to do that. There's not much going on here yet. I tend to prefer when these kind of bands have alternate sound they throw in there. I mean, talking again of Silent Siren, having a keyboard player, having something other than just the usual bass, drums, guitar, and vocals can give you a little bit of colour when you're trying to do something lively. However, if you're just looking for something with a stripped back sound, this is really nice. I like the fact that it has a sort of a bounce to it. It feels lively, but also at the same time you could chill out to it. It's got a real summery feel that comes across in the video as well, and that chorus is really catchy. It's a good chorus. I'm not surprised this song has been so popular. Yeah, I think these are a band who I definitely want to hear more by. I haven't really taken the time to listen to more of them. Maybe I'll give them an album review, or maybe if you guys want me to give a more full review of this song, it might be worth doing. Please let me know. But yeah, this is a really good song, and if you're into that sort of pop rock feel, but you want something which has like just a sort of a nice positivity to it, I really do recommend Lemonade by Chili Beans. And lemonade and chili beans, those are just two things that don't sound like they should go in a sentence together, but it works here at least. I wouldn't recommend trying that at home. Okay, so some good suggestions there by Spin Doctor, but now we get on to some suggestions by another one of our regulars, Sven, and this first one is Millennium Parade with Bon Dance. So we're going to check this out and see what I think of this. Okay, so we're less than a minute through, and I've got to stop just to have a quick talk about this video. I'm loving the CGI, it's really cool, nicely done, but the idea of creepy baby demon ghosts, that's like putting together all the most terrifying things. So far this video is going in a very creepy direction, although the song sounds kind of funky and fun. I'm really interested to know how they wrap this together, but wow, this video is creepy. Well executed, but creepy. Seriously, it can't just be me who thinks that is the creepiest thing ever. That's really creepy, and they've also got the sound of like children singing in chorus in the background of the music at the moment, and oh, wherever that baby is taking you, don't go. So far though, I'm really liking the song actually. There's a lot of really interesting elements in here, but clearly this is more like it feels more like a sort of DJ produced thing, you know, kind of the ilk, you know, you had like Fatboy Slim and all that going back like sort of 20, 30 years. It feels more like a production song, and from that side, some of the production here is really good. I love some of the elements, and it's just very interesting thus far. Okay, so all in all, this was actually a really interesting song, and I thought the video was a fantastic little work of art on its own. There were some credits at the end for the director, and I'm not surprised. I mean, it was a bit of a work of art, like I say, in its own right. Now, as for the song, there's so many things that I can mention on a technical level about the, I like the chord pattern in the chorus, the way it slightly goes against what you'd expect with the melody. You get a slight element of something a bit more creeping and sinister about the sound of the song, whilst also maintaining a sort of carnival feel, which the video backs up. It's got that Japanese Matsuri feel all the way through. I really liked that. I felt it gave you something that you could feel was quite pumped up and energetic, but at the same time with a bit of atmosphere. It doesn't just feel like a disposable DJ dance-along head bopper. The use of some of the sounds in there as well, there's some nice little sharp sounds picking their way through and some bigger sort of synthetic brass sounds almost underneath it. It was just very colourful, a real mixture of things. Now, one of the things that perhaps worked against it is, as much as I really liked that chorus, and I did really like the chorus, it was quite short, it repeated quite a lot, and it felt that the song relied a lot on the chorus. There wasn't much else going on between. There were some interesting little verses, but it was mostly just about getting back round to the chorus, and unfortunately that meant that after one listen I already felt like I had my fill of that chorus. As good as it was, I kind of had my fill of it, and that's a shame. It did feel a little bit too repetitive. I know that's something that kind of comes with the genre of music, but I felt that with so much interesting colour to work with in the instruments and sounds that they've layered, I felt they could have done a little bit more to split things up and give you more of a journey background to each chorus when you eventually got to it. Make it feel like more of a conclusion, more of a thing to actually get background to, which is what chorus should feel like. It should sort of crescendo the other parts of the song. That all being said though, this was good, I enjoyed it, and I would be tempted to listen to more by these guys, or girls, or whoever they are, just simply because I felt there was so many ideas in here. It felt creative, and even if perhaps it did get a bit repetitive, when something's got this many nice ideas and this quality of execution, you can't help but feel, yeah, there's probably a good reason to be listening to more of this. So yeah, positive. Okay, so that's our lot for today. I will be checking out more songs from the suggestion thread in the upcoming few weeks. Hopefully I'll be doing these fairly regularly, so I can really go through a lot more of your recommendations, so we can make the recommendations more of a regular thing. I do appreciate, obviously, this video is a little bit more lo-fi and cobbled together, but if I do these quickly, it means I manage to give comments on the songs that maybe aren't going to get huge views, or maybe I haven't got a massive video worth of things to say about. So there you go, that's my thoughts for now. Tell me if you enjoyed this, tell me if you want me to do more videos like this, as I certainly intend to, and as well as that, please do keep on giving your comments and your recommendations for future videos. And until I see you hopefully very soon in Japan for the next one of these, for now, oh, that was behind the thing. Ciao, ciao.